Hello and welcome back to my channel, World War II Books Where to Start. I am Wild Bill Donovan, about to hunt down some Nazi criminals. Come along with me, I need some agents. We gotta get these guys. And, well, maybe we'll prosecute them, or maybe we'll roll them into an organization to spy for us against the commies. That might be a better idea. That actually happened. The U.S. and British both used former Nazi war criminals to infiltrate the Communist East Bloc in the burgeoning opening days of the Cold War. Nasty little dirty secrets, man. Why kill them when you can exploit them, right? And so they killed some people on the Eastern Front. Who cares about that? We've got more important fish to fry. So that's one of the nasty little secrets we're going to explore in Hunting Evil by Guy Walters from '09 to the tune of 412 pages. This is a masterclass in investigative reporting and historical writing all rolled into one, along with the intelligence assets that the Brits and U.S. deployed against communist regimes in Eastern Europe and especially in East Germany. We'll also have the true story of how Nazis got out of Europe to South America, where they were supposedly cooking up the Fourth Reich, that kind of drama that went on for a couple decades. And we'll track the legend of Martin Bormann, the Brown Eminence, right, from the Gray Eminence from the Hitler regime, and he was like the shadow there with Hitler. He was the doorkeeper, eventually, that you couldn't get in to see Hitler without being good buddies with Bormann. And of course the name ran Nazi criminals Adolf Eichmann and Joseph Mengele, along with Klaus Barbie, if you remember him from the 70s. And then the obscure folks that should be better known, like Fritz Stangl. And then a lot of no-name people that you've never heard of and never will again. This is going to be like their only starring role here at Hunting Evil, and how they were not prosecuted and escaped, and some living, you know, in Palestine or was it Jordan for a couple of years before being able to get out to South America along the Rat Line, as it was actually called, not Odessa, but the Rat Line, and the cooperation of certain cardinals within the Vatican to help this come about too. Nasty little bits of you know, double dealing, and yeah, these guys are bad, but well, no, we're not gonna turn them in. Nope, not gonna do it. So you've also got as a starring role Simon Wiesenthal, who's like the world's best known Nazi hunter. And Guy Walters says in his preface, he started out with the indication that Wiesenthal was on the up and up, or was everything he was supposed to have been during his lifetime. But digging a little deeper, Walters finds out he's a complete fraud, or 99% fraud, for his entire supposed Nazi hunting career. Yeah, he collected a lot of archival material and attempted to help prosecutors in Germany here and there, but he's really just a grandstanding showman out for his own benefit. He was just a fraud who liked to be in the public eye, more or less. He made a career out of it. So that for those of you who may remember Simon Wiesenthal popping up on national news occasionally in the 70s when you're a kid watching TV, that may ring a bell for you. The Hunting Evil is also going to cover like Ante Pavlik, who was a leader of Croatia during the war puppet regime of the Nazis, and his war crimes and how he got out. Eric Priebke, who was involved in the massacres in Rome, that I can't say, some cave, I can't remember the name of it. So we got a lot of ground to cover, a lot of people to cover, and that's why I recommend multiple readings of this, because I have read it 3 times, I think, and it's phenomenal. Even like you know, the Eichmann operation is covered in detail, and of course Mengele's escape and evasion, and how he was living in paranoid fear for decades that Mossad was going to get him, especially of course after they got Eichmann, to the point where he was he had grown his hair and his beard really long. He was chewing on the ends of his beard so bad he got a hairball and had to have it surgically removed. All on the lowdown, so that nobody would get a sniff of who he was. That's a phenomenal little detail, you know, a little bit of history that I've never seen anywhere else. Along with Mengele and Eichmann occasionally meeting for lunch at a particular restaurant in the early days. Hey, they after you? They after you? Have you seen anybody? Are they following you? Not following me? How you doing? That would be, you know, I'd love to be in the corner of the room sitting watching these guys. Like, I wonder who they are. Oh, I think I recognize him. That would be fantastic. So you get all that and more. And the photo section is kind of actually very important because of these people you may have never heard of, like Stangl and Herbert Kukers and Mengele and Eric Priebke. So the photo section is actually very crucial here, and it's pretty extensive for size of the book. So I can't recommend it highly enough. Also, as in conjunction with Hunting Evil, for a movie tie-in, make this a short take here. For the movie tie-in, I would recommend the Odessa File, starring one John Voight, from the early 70s. Following the novel of the same name by Frederick Forsyth, I believe. This is going to be Forsyth's fictional version of Odessa, when he actually thought Odessa was real. And the movie version is not as good as the book. They really have to cut a lot of the exposition he needs to show you in the book, page by page, with a lot of dialogue. They have to cut a lot, cut to the chase to get the story rolling. So it's aged kind of poorly. But this is a more serious attempt at Nazi fugitives rather than Boys from Brazil, which kind of takes almost a comic approach, if you've ever seen that. Marathon Man would be another good one to tie in here, where you have a Angel of Death guy who's standing in as a figure for Mengele. They don't quite name him as Mengele, but he's supposed to be Mengele. If you ever seen, if you have any knowledge of Marathon Man, 76, starring Dustin Hoffman and Laurence Olivier. It's also a very good tie-in with Hunting Evil. One thing about this is it's kind of tough to get. You can get it electronically and you get it in audio. However, this is one book I would really steer you away from the audio version of. I've listened to it a couple times, but the narrator is overly dramatic. It's more like a BBC radio drama than a normal narration of a book, and he goes way overboard on the pronunciation of all the names consistently throughout the book. It will drive you insane. So don't do that. Read it in print. So that'll be our short take for today. Fun little masterclass in Nazi hunting. This is like I said, one-stop shopping. This is all you need, and I think you'll come back to it again like I have. It's just phenomenal. So I'm Wild Bill Donovan. I think I found where Borman's hiding out. We're going to get him. Come on, man. Get your gun. Let's hit it. Until next time, happy reading.